It's just a beautiful venue, really intimate, excellent beer and excellent food, and really incredible music.
I absolutely love their quirky and intimate vibe.
Musicians love the place, and so the audience love it as well.
So we're in the music. Everyone thinks we're a couple. I don't know why.
We've been best friends since school, so we'd always talk about how amazing it would be to have a venue, the kind of venue that we'd like to hang out.
Yeah.
The kind of place where we'd like to go to listen to music.
Well, it reminds me a bit of playing at the Bluebird in Nashville. There's not much separation between the audience and the person who's singing, which is a really cool thing for the performer as well as the audience, I think. And it sounds really good too.
We have a bit of a philosophy here that I've tried to create. My favourite moments of Green Note are when you forget there's anything between you and the musicians. And when you kind of break down that barrier between the performer and the audience, something really magical can happen in the room, and that's where we get our atmosphere from. It's a real pleasure to see a lot of the musicians come through here go on to bigger and better things. Sometimes they get a little bit too big to come back to our little tiny room that we love so much, but quite often they come back anyway and just don't tell that many people about it. It's a great feeling to feel like you've been a part of that journey to that kind of success.
There are plenty of things about the Green Note that make it exceptionally special as a venue, and not least the two women, Amy and Risa, that run it. Everything that they do seems to be done very gracefully and very effortlessly. All the way from DIY to the big decisions, they're doing it all themselves.
We wanted to create a scene, bring a community to us, and there is a scene out there. I think we've tapped into it, but also created it as well.
This is not a business you do for the business side of it.
You've got to do it for the love of it.
For the love of it.
You just feel amazing vibrations. You just feel great when you're here. It's actually very, very rare, I find, in London to be at a place with so much heart.
Good evening and welcome. It is Wednesday the 17th of March and it's the 92nd episode of Virtually Green Note. My name's Emma and I'll be your host this evening. Thanks for joining us wherever in the world that you are, and I hope that you're having a happy St. Patrick's Day. We are delighted to have you because we've got an odyssey of alternative folk for you this evening. First up, we have a Hull-based alt folk singer-songwriter who lives with his hands in the earth and his heart on the road. Travel and adventure both without and within inspire Will's earthy, unruly and original folk songs with poetic lyrics delivered through husky vocals, unashamedly influenced by the folk rock sound of the late 60s and early 70s. He's supported the likes of Jeffrey Lewis, Michael Chapman, Mike Heron of the Incredible String Band, Jim Jones, Dick Garn, Roddy Wimble and Bridget St. John. Broadcasting from Hull, please welcome Will Bladen of Crooked Weather.
Oh.
Hi Will, how are you?
Hi Emma, good to see you.
Good to see you too. You've got a deeply impressive Monstera in the background there. I've got one too.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's very nice being a Monstera parent.
I'm glad it got an immediate note.
Yes.
It's a heavy pot and I brought it in from a different room just for a bit of drama behind the...
Did you? Well, it worked.
Behind me.
It's like you were in a jungle over there. Loving it. Next up, we have got a singer-songwriter, guitarist and published poet hailing from Harrogate and currently living in Krakow, Poland, whose dreamy, melancholic lyrical prose, beautiful voice and percussive guitar style has drawn comparisons to John Martyn, José González, Tim Buckley and Bert Jansch. His debut album, Bundle of Nerves, was released to critical acclaim in 2010, Mojo magazine referring to it as an impressive debut, awarding it 4 stars, and he's gone on to release 3 more albums, garnering international radio play and earning him stellar reviews. Broadcasting from Krakow, please welcome Karl Culley.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Emma.
Hi, Carl.
Hi. How are you?
Hello, Will. I'm very well, thank you. I'm very well.
Good, good. What time is it over there at the moment?
We're
Short
1 hour
time delay.
1 hour ahead, so I can tell you that it's been a really good gig.
Good. Loving your forecasting skills. It's good.
And
And last
the
but
end yet, Carl.
you'll be barnstorming, I'm sure. And last but not least, we have an Irish folk music singer-songwriter from southeast Dublin who, after spending his 20s gigging and living in London and Ireland, is now based in Nashville. Known for his engaging, impassioned performances, lyrical, poignant songwriting and unique vocal style, he's headlined tours throughout Europe and the US, playing festivals big and small and supporting bands Flogging Molly, Avatar, The White Buffalo, The Mahones, and Billy Bob Thornton and the Boxmasters, as well as recording with James Fearnley of the Pogues. His debut album reached number 1 on the Amazon Singer-Songwriter chart and was named Album of the Year by various publications, broadcasting all the way from Nashville even. Please welcome DYLAN Walshe.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy. How are
Hi
you?
there, Dylan.
I'm not sure you were talking about me there.
It was you. It was all you, baby.
How are you, Will? How are you, Carl?
Yeah, good to see you.
Very well, thanks, Dylan.
Do you all know each other?
I met Will once, and I've had a Zoom with Carl about a week ago there, so
Oh, great.
we do
That's
now.
cool. Well, you're going to know each other much better by the end of this gig.
Yeah, I've known Carl for quite a while.
Oh, lovely.
I'm just actually outside of Hull in a village called Cottingham, and Carl played there many years ago for the first time, and yeah, very much enjoyed watching him, and I've followed him since, really. Yeah, so
That's a lovely thing. And now you're playing together. That's cool. So regulars, you know the next bit, but for anybody new that is joining us this evening, Virtually Green Note takes the form of a writer's round. So what that means is that each artist is going to take it in turns to perform a song, and then in between songs we're hopefully going to hear a little bit more about the ideas and the inspiration behind their songs. And then they're going to hand over to the next artist. So tonight we're going to start with Will, followed by Karl, and then Dylan. So we're going to do 2 rounds of that, and then we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to do another couple of rounds, including a cover version of the artist's choice. So, kicking us off for this evening, we have Will Bladen. Take it away, Will.
all right. I guess shall I just go for it? I'm going to start with a song. It's called Rabbit Holes. It's off the last Crooked Weather record. It was released in 2019. Yeah, I played this one at the Green Note last time. I played there.
Can I do to stop you falling down your rabbit hole on this silver afternoon? I seem to arrive 5 minutes late every time I planned on meeting with your smile these days. Well, I'm looking for it, looking on this silver afternoon. On this silver afternoon. Got a secret that I need to tell you, yes, only you, and it grows, oh, glows, and I know only you've got the keys to unlock all that it holds. On this silver afternoon, on this silver afternoon, my shoelaces are tied together. I stumble up or down escalator, just trying to keep up with you. What can I do? What can I do? On this silver afternoon, on this, yeah,
That's the best two-person applause I've ever had. Thank you.
It sounds like cricket, doesn't it? A little bit cricket applause, but it was lovely. It was lovely. Will, enjoyed it very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds great, Will.
Cheers, fellas. Looking forward to hearing your guys' first songs. Yeah, I reckon maybe pass on and let's get a song down, and there's definitely going to be a bit of room for good chat.
Yeah. Take one and pass it on. Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay. Okay, so this song is got a working title of The Clearing. It's a new song. Yeah, and it'll probably be on my new album. Maybe.
I know rock from paper, I know my friends from phones. Still I don't know where they go. Good or bad, we're in the same boat. Still I don't know where they go. Still I don't know where they go. It's as if the forest filled up with the sunshine, aglow with the memory of a honeyed life. I know love from hell, I know my friends from foes. Still I don't know where they go. Oh, got no love my foes. Still I don't know where they go. Oh, still I don't know where they go. It's as if the forest filled up with the sunshine, aglow with the memory of a haunted light, looking up above for the hollow bone. The killer on the wing, he is following me. Got no love for me, my foes. Still I don't know where they go. Still I don't know where they go.
Nice one, Carl.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly.
Sounds great, buddy.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Dylan, let's hear you from your sunny afternoon, Nashville afternoon.
Well, it began sunny. It's swiftly changing. We're kind of in tornado season here, so it's a bit erratic at the moment. But I'll take your lead. I'm going to play a song of mine called Lady Lee.
Nice one.
This is a relationship song, I guess. I wrote about my wife. It's about me too, of course. Her middle name being Lee. I've got some comments here on YouTube, but I appreciate you giving me a shout out there. Thanks very much. This is called Lady Lee. You said I was crazy, bordering on sin. Call me old-fashioned, but I just can't give in. My broken teeth, they hiss. My swollen tongue, it slurs. Why would I walk in shame when my heart's as good as yours? Since you were the brave one, do what needs to be done. But lately, you can't always run. Once the seat was heavy, and all that we concealed, relief was light, and all that we revealed. But now you're not so sure, you're gonna have to rethink the deal. But lately, remind me what is real. For the hill of light is an altar and a tomb, on the diamonds bright with the new moon. Come lay down by the window and don't speak too soon. At least until the sun comes in through the room. Miss Lady Lee. I made a fatal error with this show. When we were doing the sound check. I never accounted for the headphones, and now I've got these big bulky things on me, and I'm trying to find the right place so I can hear myself, but hopefully that was okay.
That sounded real good, Dylan.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. Gorgeous. You could always try the one can on, one can off kind of vibe.
The LU McCall.
Sometimes works. Yeah.
I think that might stress me out too much hearing two different things.
Well, I'll hand it back to you, Will, if that's all right, buddy.
Yeah. I like the way, just a couple of things before I zoom into big Will land. I really like the way that your voice is. It's got little nuance, Dylan, where it just you just get it to break up really nice to just effortless little. Yeah, you just go really nice and high and just nail it. And yeah, that is quite unusual. Like I was listening to your the kind of bio that's read out, and that is not something that I can place on other people, which is really nice.
Well, I appreciate you saying so, guys. I mean, you know yourselves, we're all going through a weird time with music and things, so it's nice to be reminded that people are hearing you and your work, you know.
There's bruised musicians' egos at the moment, that's for certain.
Pump me back up.
And I was going to say, Karl, to you as well. It's nice to hear you with some nylon strings behind you. It's a bit softer. And, I feel like, from my perspective on listening to you throughout the years, you started off really I'd say almost super aggressive and really fast, and the first time I saw you, I was blown away by. I couldn't imagine how somebody could do that with a guitar, and ever since then you've kind of been slowing down in a maturing way, and I feel like Nylon Strings is kind of for me it's a bit of a continuation of that softer Karl sound, which I really like.
Yeah, this is the middle-aged Karl, I think.
Middle-aged Karl, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, Karl, we need to employ Will to speak to us every morning, man.
Yeah, indeed. Very soothing.
Yeah.
Well, as long as
Thank you so much, Will.
Chuck me one back and I'll get out of bed. It's both lovely songs. Thank you.
We have to analyse you now.
You don't.
Might take me 20 minutes.
Please don't. Okay, I'll give you another song. This is a new one, relatively new. It's unrecorded. Song called Gold Giver. And I was reading a book a couple of years ago, and there was a line in it that said something along the lines of, I don't know if it's exactly this, but I've remembered it as somebody saying they were a slave to the gold giver, the person who gave them enough money to get by or whatever. And it just got me thinking a little bit about how I am too. A lot of the time, and now and again you get the windows where you manage to maybe follow a truer course and not be maybe skewed so much by the gold. And that was the premise behind writing this song.
Told me I should look out west, oh, I will keep on looking. I will do my best. So I pack up my bag, put on my shoes. As I wondered if you knew, I'd follow you. When you gave me a compass and a key, and told me I should look out I will keep on looking. Yes, I will do my best. I'll do my I'll do my best.
Thank you.
That was lovely, Will. Yeah, some great guitar work and great poise in that playing, I thought.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, and the smoky voice.
I also wanted to ask you about the Crooked Weather group. What's been happening with that?
Good question. It's been like a evolution for a long time, and it's currently going through another one of them. And maybe I could answer that a little bit better when this lockdown ends. To be honest, quite what's going to come out of it. Yeah, it's been like a vehicle for me to kind of get songs across, I guess. I think I've had maybe quite a bit of like doubt about playing by myself maybe, and I've enjoyed playing with a band for a lot of time, and so yeah, Crooked Weather's like a evolving beast in its way, and I've got some really good.
Are you still going to use the name? Are you still going to use the name if you go play on your own?
No, I think more and more I need to set up a few new socials and all that, which I'm not amazingly hot on, but I'll keep Crooked Weather for the band stuff. I've got Tom and Dave who play bass and drums, and we're gonna play a few festivals this year. Close up of the beer.
Yeah.
Nice. Cheeky. Little St. Patrick's Day promo of the Guinness.
Distracting. Like he's trying to win everybody over with other tactics.
Yeah. Very posh. But yeah, I'll keep Crooked Weather for their kind of band things, and I'm going to do more and more like solo stuff under Will Blade, and I'm working on a recording for that at the moment.
Cool. And where does the name come from, Will, Crooked Weather? It's a cool name, but I don't know what's the origin.
Yeah, it's a bit of a ludicrous origin, really. I started playing with a bass player called Danny Wright, and I nicknamed him the Crooked Genius. And I don't quite know where my name came from, but I was Willis Weather for a period, and we went under the stage name of Willis Weather and the Crooked Genius, which was a rather large mouthful. And then we thought it's time to take this baby serious. No one's going to book us with a name like that. So we took an axe to the name and ended up with Crooked Weather, and it just kind of stuck from there.
It's cool. I like the name.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Right, you gonna hit us with another one, Karl?
I'll play one. Yeah. This one is called Mend, written as so many songs are after a breakup. I'm sure you gentlemen can relate to that. Yeah. So this is about.
Yeah, we're perfect.
Yeah, I've had a breakup in my life.
Oh, well. Yeah. So this one is about it's about tending a fire, mending back the fire, and it takes two basically to keep the fire going, etc., etc. So here we go.
Nice.
I mend back the fire and sit down beside you. You enjoy the depths of it. Its flower flicker. My love, get up. By the fire, you are transfixed by it, but the fire will need fixing with some bigger sticks from beyond the penumbra. It is my fire.
Karl.
Thank you. Thank
Great,
you.
buddy. You've got
Thanks
it all
very
going
much.
on there, hey? Will's got it going on there, eh?
Well, it's just coincidental that the fire needed tending during that song.
He's got a pint, he's got a fire. It's like,
Well,
hey,
you've got to
sounded,
make the most of these lockdown gigs, haven't you?
yeah, man, it sounded great there, Karl. You got a musketeer's right hand there, don't you?
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm a bit ring rusty these days, but thank you, Dylan. Thank you very much.
I was going to say, during our chat the other day, you said that you had quit music for a while and moved abroad.
Well, it was more like I moved here like to Krakow in Poland like 10 years ago, and I was still playing quite a bit. But a couple of years ago, I decided I was gonna sort of pursue other creative things, and I found out I wasn't so good at those things. So, it's like these things I wanted to do. It was a struggle to do, and I think songs and singing comes more naturally to me and more, so I think in life you should sort of sometimes follow the current, I think, just yield to the current, I think, sometimes.
And is this your first performance in a while, or have you done other things?
My last gig, I think, may have been at the Green Note, actually, like, actually in situ, like February last year, so... I think that may have been my last concert. So.
That was that the end of February, beginning of March time?
Was.
Yeah. Jay invited me down to play at that one as well, which I would love to have done, particularly with the hindsight of the lockdown coming. But I was playing on the North Sea ferries actually, and couldn't get out of that one. So yeah, I remember that one being booked in. And yeah, it's interesting, just going back to what you were saying about like stepping away from the music and trying other things. Sometimes you need to step away from something just to get the perspective on it that you have just got, which is that the other things you weren't as skillful at. And yeah, from where I'm standing, you're a very skillful musician, and one of the few people I've met on the kind of like local scene who are like, really cherish the music of. So yeah, you definitely got my vote for staying in the music rather than trying your hand at some carpentry or whatever you were trying, Karl.
Oh, you're a charmer, aren't you, Will? You had me at hello, I have to say.
You
had me at hello.
There you go.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Cool. So I guess we're handing over to Dylan for. And then is it going to be some kind of half time? With
so.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Well, over to you, Dylan.
All right. Well, I'm gonna lift these up a bit further this time and see how that goes. But this is a song I wrote called "At Sea." Before we go any further, actually, I better say Happy St. Patrick's Day to anybody who it matters to globally. There's a few comments on there I've seen in relation to that. So I'll mention that now, but we'll go back to that later on. This is a conversation between a father and a son, and it's called "At Sea." It's not the being at sea, it's the shore you want to watch out for. Through every frontier, crusaders pour. What if we drift too far, and what if we're too late? That's gonna depend on what you're hoping to see. And the sea rises and the sun it sets. There are no compromises. Let us not forget. But there's no use in saying that's the way it is, and the way it'll always be. Walking you free when nobody believes in that shit anymore. I guess I got it in my gut, Dad, but we could still do more. You know what the wars are for, you know the money they make. Let's give them something to think about before we let them take. And the sea rises and the sun it sets. There are no compromises. Let us not forget. But there's no use in saying that's the way it is, and the way it'll always be. Have you figured out what we're out here for? 'Cause we're not helping anymore. It's an original song called At Sea.
Beautiful, that, Dylan.
Was seconded. Gorgeous. That was nominated, was it not, by, is it Fatia magazine for their Song of the Year, that one?
Yeah, it was actually.
That's very cool.
It's always nice. It's always nice when people let you know that they've heard your song, you know?
Yeah. It's lovely. Well, fellas, that was just gorgeous. Thanks very much for a really lovely first half. We have reached the interval, so we're going to leave you guys to have a little break. So to our artists, you can go grab a drink or anything else that you need, and you have 5 minutes before you will need to come back to us. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So viewers, don't go away. I'm going to hand you over now to our wonderful Imi and Risa. They're the founders and the owners of Green Note. They're the ones that book all the musicians here and do all this brilliant programming here at Green Note and regale us with their terrific taste in music. So they're going to give us now all of the latest updates. Please welcome Imi and Risa. Hello, you two. Hi.
Hello.
Emma. Hey,
Good evening. Hi. It's a really, really great show tonight. I'm really enjoying it.
Beautiful, really, really gorgeous.
Yeah, really.
And just something, we forgot to mention at the beginning, but this is important, that tonight's bill has been curated by Jay Fraser from Round Table Collective. So we've had a couple of nights, Round Table nights, as part of our Virtually Green Note series. And I think this is the third one. Is that right?
The third.
Yeah.
They've all been brilliant. We've loved his curations.
They've all been absolutely brilliant. Jay used to work for us at Green Note.
He did,
He's
actually.
a former staff member, bartender.
Yeah.
You never met him, but he was...
I have met him, actually. I think just the once. Did he not curate a live gig at Green Note? Because
he did, yeah.
But you didn't work at Green Note at the same time, I think.
No.
Yeah.
But he does live. He's been doing some, live nights at the actual venue. But we've also enjoyed working with him on the virtual nights. So this is.
There's been some really great acts that he's brought in. So that's fab.
Yeah.
He's got good taste, as Jay.
Definitely does. All right, my lovelies. I'll see you in a wee bit.
Okay, thanks, Emma. So now our usual halftime announcements, because there's probably some new people out there, new to Virtually Green Note. There always are. So
yeah, there's always some newbies. If you are a regular, feel free to just go off and refill your drinks. But for the newbies, welcome. It's really nice to have you here. And the regulars, it's always lovely to have you here too. Yeah. It's just probably you've heard this about 92 times now. So we're here every Wednesday and Friday at 8 p.m. UK time. So please do join us again. It's always 3 different artists playing in the round, and it's always just a brilliant way of discovering new music. So even if you haven't heard of the artists, we always, I don't know, they're always just, it's a good way to spend an evening. Especially during lockdown, it feels like you've got company and it's all the chat. I don't know.
They're always good shows and always artists.
Yeah. We're on all the social media, so if you're not watching on your phone now, just grab it and follow us on Instagram or Twitter, whichever is your social media of choice. And if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, please follow us or subscribe or like, do all the relevant things. Our media handle is Green Note Music. Everywhere apart from Twitter, it's just Green Note, so you should be able to find us all over the internet. It's a good way of keeping up with these shows, because we do have a mailing list too, but we only send 2 emails out a month. But the social media, if you want to hear a bit more regularly from us, that's a good way of keeping in touch. So our mailing list, we're going to post it in the chat now. We just send 2 emails out a month, so we don't spam you, but it's a good way of keeping up with these, and also with our venue, Green Note in Camden, which has been closed exactly a year today. In fact, it's
really, is it exactly a year?
Yeah.
No, I'm sure it was the 15th.
No, it's
16th,
the 16th
yeah.
was our last show, so it was a year today that we closed, which is
Wow.
crazy.
Who knew that it would be a year?
We thought it would be about 3 weeks or something when we first closed it. Anyway, but we are planning to reopen. We finally got news that the end of June, we don't have the exact date yet, which we don't know which our first gig will be, but we will be reopening at the end of June. So tickets are all on sale on our website for tons. We're adding new shows constantly, so if you're London-based or planning to be in London, do check out our website for new shows, because they're actually getting, a lot of them are selling really well, so don't leave it too late. I think people are going to be ready to get back
people
out
have been
there.
missing live music, haven't they?
Yeah, so seriously, don't leave it too late. It's do it soon. The show is happening live now, but we do keep them on our Facebook and YouTube for a week afterwards. So if you're enjoying it, it's please do spread the word. It's a really good way of just send them to music-loving friends, and it's a nice thing to share, I think. And what you feel free to watch again afterwards, and you've got a week to do so.
Yeah, we love having people watching live, but I think there's always a lot more views that, a lot more people view it over the following week. So that's why we always leave them up for 7 days.
But live's more fun. You get to type in the chat and
interact with the artists.
Exactly. And know that this is happening right now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So just very important announcement about how we run the shows, and that is that they are donation based. So that we ask you that if you can, and if you're able to and willing and you're enjoying the show, if you could please make a donation via our PayPal link, which you can find listed everywhere, like Facebook, YouTube, our website, and here it is. I'm posting it now in the chat on the comments, so no excuses for not finding it. It's easy. It's the easiest way to donate via PayPal, and the recommended donation is £10 per show. But that's just a suggestion. Anything that you can manage is, of course, very much appreciated.
It's really appreciated.
Yeah. And just so you know where your money is going, the donations for each show, and you can specify which show you're donating for. So obviously, if you're donating tonight, you can select that option on PayPal. The donations are divided 4 ways between the 3 artists who are playing this evening, and the last quarter goes to the running costs of the show. So it helps. It's a huge help to the artists, especially during this time, and obviously to us as well for keeping this series going, which we plan to do till we reopen the venue, hopefully. Yeah. There's no specific date, but we're enjoying doing them. People are enjoying watching them. So at the moment, there's no reason to continue. We're coming up. We're coming up to 100 episodes very soon. So. Racking them up.
Time has flown.
And just so you know, yes, the following episode, the next one will be on this coming Friday, and that will feature Will Knox, who's an award-winning artist. He's a British artist, but now based in the Netherlands. He's highly recommended, and we'll be sharing the bill with José, who's a very much acclaimed London-based artist, and Joe Buck, who is another Dutch artist, pop country, up-and-coming artist. It'll be a really, really nice bill. And if you're enjoying tonight, we recommend that you join us on Friday at 8 p.m. also.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Who else have we
lots
got
more
coming
up too.
Next week, we've got a Scottish-based show, Scotland-based show, don't we?
Oh, is that Roseanne Reid, Rory Butler, and Sarah Jane Scouten, who's now based in Scotland, apparently.
American, or Canadian or American.
Canadian.
But based in Scotland, so that should be good. That's next Wednesday. And then next Friday we've got 3 Green Note regulars actually. Ewan Bleach, David Broad, and Fran McGivery and Mike Burke. So that's like a old time country blues, jazz, swing. It should be a really fun.
It's an eclectic bill.
Yeah, it'll be a fun night. So
Yeah.
but even if you haven't heard of the artists, that's probably even better. It's a great way of discovering new music. So just tune in and please do join us again. Should
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
get
we
back
look
the
forward to
music?
seeing you soon. But for now, yeah, let's get back to tonight's amazing artists.
Yeah, enjoy.
Thanks very much, ladies. That all sounds very cool. I'm, of course, very excited to hear that David's coming too. Lovely David Broad. We like him.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
great
so we'll see you very soon. Okay, bye-bye.
See you soon.
Bye, Emma.
Okay, so we're going to welcome back now our lovely artist. Please welcome back to the virtual stage, Mr. Will Bladen.
Hey.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, good, Emma. Thank you.
Good. Please welcome back to the virtual stage, Karl Culley.
Hello. Hi, Emma.
Hi, hello. And last but not least, please welcome back to the virtual stage, DYLAN Walshe.
Thanks for having me.
Howdy. Our absolute pleasure. DYLAN, I was going to ask you, what trinkets have you got behind there? I'm intrigued.
I haven't
Lots of
looked in
sort
a
of-
while, and it is behind me. But
They look like little musical instruments or something.
there are little instruments there too, some native whistles and things. But it's a lot of stuff that we picked up on our travels. We travel quite a lot and tour quite a lot. There's like an antler here from Wicklow back home in Ireland. We found it in the hills when we were walking around. There's just a bunch of stuff really.
Wow, lovely.
I like all that stuff. I mean, I was always in pub culture, and it just kind of makes it feel that way, you know.
Yeah, no, it's a nice thing just to have little trinkets from everywhere you've been. Just mementos of
absolutely.
life. Life beyond the lockdown. So, Will, could you bring us back into Act 2? Thank you very much. Take it away, Will.
Certainly try. Yeah, I think this is traditionally the time that we do covers. But Jay, who is the mastermind behind Roundtable Collective, who's kind of orchestrated this evening, chucked some songs at us all as artists as potentials to play instead of a cover song, and he picked an old Crooked Weather song called The Cruel and the Kind, so I'm going to play that one. I think Dylan, you might be doing a cover, but maybe Karl, you're doing one of yours, is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to shift the order a little bit. I'm going to do Jay's request at the end, but I'm going to fit in the cover just to, I guess, to fit it in with Patrick's Day, you know.
Ah, nice. Very nice. Good touch. Right, but yeah, I'm going to play The Cruel and the Kind for Jay. Thanks for organising it, Jay, and thanks for getting us all together in this space. I'll see you boys on the other side. This is an old Crooked Weather song from 2013 album called Quantum Mango. Probably sounds a wee bit different now than it did back then. But yeah, Cruel and Kind.
I'm spending time with the cruel and the kind. Oh, the cruel and the kind are on my mind. the snow, trying to make $1 and have fun while we go. So stop pouring scorn through your smoke-stained smile. Your behavior is outrageous, your presence is vile. And oh, when the cabin fever sets in, like the creeping cold, will you drink yourself to sleep, and you long for home. I said you long for well, you're only gonna get a one chance to say what you want. Stand on your 2 feet and give 'em what you've got. Because I don't want 2 faces, no, I only want one. So you can see who I am, you can see who I'm not. But oh, what a rush, out carving the snow, and for a few hours you can let it all go. I said you can let it all go. No, 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 no. I'm spending time with the crew and the kind. The cruel and the kind are on my
I like that one. That was great, buddy.
Cheers, John.
Your guitar
it's
playing is
great. I love-
exceptional.
Thank you, and yeah. Well, I'm a fan of both of your two's guitar playing, so yeah, double compliment there. Thank you.
I love that those 3 steps down as boom, boom, boom. It's got some real tood.
Tood.
Tood, yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe I can't get away with a word like that, seeing as I'm middle-aged, but...
You both seem to have a lot of control over your playing and your singing. I don't feel that way about what I do. Do you feel that way about what you do?
Yeah, good question, that. At times, sometimes when you get in the flow, it feels that,
Yeah.
you know, you've got almost got that. Sometimes you're desperately just trying to hold on to an idea, and then other times it's more like you've got the idea in your hand, and it's more like you're moulding it out of Play-Doh, and you can shape it depending on the very specific situation that you're in. And they're the moments which I particularly enjoy personally, like when you've got that element of freedom where you can play with the thing as opposed to just like performing it. That's my take on it. But yeah, sometimes.
And what about you, Karl?
It's elusive.
Well, I quite enjoy trying to sort of hypnotize myself into not quite being in the room.
So you're zen and meditative.
Maybe, yeah. It's a kind of straddling those two things, being in the room, being present, and yet being away somewhere else. Yeah. But yeah, sometimes like the guitar groove can be a good way into that place,
Interesting.
Yeah. When you say that you don't feel that, what do you mean by that? Do you mean that you're more like aware maybe of like having to play the guitar, or like the difference between the two, or where's that interface? Like, I guess I'm asking.
That one was for Dylan.
For Dylan, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was listening to what you're saying to Karl. You're saying how do I interact with the things you're talking about?
You mentioned that you felt like we were like almost like synced in nicely in a way that maybe you don't necessarily fall into. And
I just feel like
you found that.
I guess the best way I could put it is whenever I'm doing something, I always feel like there's an element of reach involved. It's like you say, it comes and goes, and there's different feelings, and it can feel really strong, and you own it, and then another time you can feel like it's something you're chasing. But I constantly feel like there's an element of reach. That's kind of the only way I can explain it.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that.
It's like a bit of magic and mystery in that reach.
Yeah, sometimes beautiful things, sometimes traumatic things.
Yeah, I'm not explaining very well. I asked the question, so that kind of came back on me there. Like, I won't say it in the future.
All right, Karl, are we going to have one from you?
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid Jay is going to be very disappointed in me. Hello, Jay, and thanks so much for having me on board this evening. But I'm a bundle of nerves. Yeah, I've decided I'm no longer going to play songs with the word cucumber in them. And so instead I'm going to play a new one called Beast. It's so the chorus has a line that Samuel Johnson wrote. A man who makes a beast of himself gets rid of the pain of being a man. And it was also the epigraph in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas by Hunter S. Thompson. So, yeah, that's when I first met the line, and it sort of it snagged onto me. So, so this song is called Beast. Did you like it? I'm going out now, you know where I'll be. It's not my fault, it's the blood-blind beast. I was born into this 6 liters red. I'm going out now, so the beast is fed. He who makes a beast of himself gets rid of the pain of being a man. I want money and girls and time.
scar in my beard and a bushel of classics. I'm staying out for a good while, yeah. Maybe I'll never come home, and I'll burn myself down to the terrifying ground. And you can carry my ashes around with you. He who makes a beast of himself gets rid of the pain of being a man. He who makes a beast of himself, oh, gets rid of the pain, gets rid of the man. I want money and gold and time to waste. I want a scar in my beard and a bushel of classics. I want to see them wear my necklace of pearls. I want to stay up for days as my life unfolds. He who makes a beast of himself gets rid of the pain of being a man. He who makes a beast of himself gets rid of the pain, gets rid of the man, gets rid of the pain, gets rid of the man.
Nice one, Karl.
Yeah, sounds
Thank
great,
you,
buddy.
thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll have to buy Jay a muffin basket to apologise for not playing. But
Oh, what was it?
nothing else.
You could buy him maybe a bushel of Class A's. Was that one of your lines? You might appreciate that more.
Moving swiftly on. We don't want to get Jay into too much trouble, do we?
Or yourself.
So, okay, indeed.
You're just saying he's an A student, right?
Top-
Indeed,
yeah.
that's exactly it.
Top of the
That's
class is
exactly
Jay.
it. Mhm. Yeah.
Right, well, I guess I'm going to do Jay's request. It's a song I really don't play anymore, but I'm not going to do it in this round. I'm going to finish out with it because it's kind of a different flavour. But I'm going to sing a song that, I mean, I lived in London twice. I first lived there in the early 2000s. I actually remember the Green Note opening. I was in the Kentish town, Camden town, Chalk Farm region, and I had the time of my life. And I moved back there a second time, and I had the worst time of my life so far. It's not over till it's over. But I'm going to sing a song by the Pogues called Lullaby of London. I don't really sing it that much, and it's something I've been playing recently. So I'm going to tie the whole thing in. I'm going to do that. They're a London Irish band, and this is for all my old haunts and my family and my friends and all that kind of stuff. So happy St. Patrick's Day. I got to find the feel to this. As I walked down by the riverside one evening in the spring, heard a long gone song of days gone by, blowing in on the great north wind. Though there is no lonesome corncrake's cry of sorrow and delight, you can hear the cars and the shouts from bars and the laughter and the fights. May the ghost that howled around the house at night never keep you from your sleep. May they all sleep tight down in hell tonight, or wherever they may be. As I walked on with a heavy heart, and the stone danced on the tide, and the song went on, though the lights were gone, and the north wind it gently sighed, and an evening breeze coming from the east kissed the riverside. And I pray now, child, just sleep tonight when you hear this lullaby. May the winds that blow from haunted graves never bring you misery. May the angels bright watch you tonight and keep you while you sleep. Lullaby of London by the Pogues. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Good shout there, Dylan.
Had to get it in. I'll be hung.
You're a bit more contractually obliged, I guess.
Especially the current format.
Indeed.
Read between the lines.
I enjoyed that. So you'll be celebrating tonight, Dylan, going out.
Well,
on the town.
Here's the thing. I mean, I actually quit drinking nearly 2 years ago.
Oh.
I quit drinking. I quit smoking. It's been a huge adjustment, and my life has changed drastically. And now I'm married. I've got a house and all the rest of it. And there's certain things that made that kind of all come into place. But that's where I am now. But to answer your question more directly, yes. I was saying to you guys in the green room before this, people get slagged when they do that. I do it all the time. There's no alternative, is there? For
No.
italics.
Sorry, no alternative. What
For the quotation or the italics. You know?
Right, okay.
But so music has been back on stages here since around June, but not so much events or venues. It's more kind of like country bands and cover bands playing in bars that are allowed to be open based on their food sales. So that's kind of the clause. But there are local things that happen kind of low key where you can't dance, you can't stand, you got to wear a mask, all that stuff, and it's kind of socially distanced. So there's an Irish themed bluegrass jam tonight, and it'll be my first time going out to be a part of something in a while. So that's going to happen after I've done here.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, I hope you have a good time.
That was a long answer to your short question.
What was I think maybe when I met you, Dylan, it was in the second period of your London time when you said it was you had the time of your life, and then maybe something of the opposite when you went back there. And I can remember a song you played, and it was the line that has always stuck with me is, and I felt this in I think the first song you played as well, just this like the sentiment of how you like enunciate some of your lyrics and where you put the kind of poise and articulation. But there was a line that just ran, you'd say something and then it'd be but it's more sinister than that. Was that one of your songs?
The one at the very start?
It was a song that you played that night, and I
think I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's unusual for me to join the dots like that because my brain doesn't compute so well. But I think you're talking about Ruined. There's a line, and it said, "You said my love was a murderer, that my heart was a hollow grave." I think that's probably what you're talking about. It's a section of a song called Ruined. I think that's what you're referring to, which is quite a similar song to Lady Lee.
Something along those lines. And for whatever reasons, it was one of those moments that there's so many, probably less so for you these days because you're not drinking or smoking, but there's a whole collection of music nights that sometimes get a bit foggy and blurry to piece together the specifics of them. But I do remember that one, you playing a song and just the lyrics kind of cutting through to a point that nestled deeper in me than normal.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of, I feel like I used to make a point of that, to be honest, so I'm glad that you say that. I feel like when I write, I try to be as honest as I can be, and even if it's a tough subject or something that I'm uncomfortable admitting, I try to put it into words, you know. And some of the songs, if you were just had them on in the background, they might sound like they're kind of like, you know, just kind of delicate and stuff at times. But if you actually listen to the lyrics, a lot of the time they are pretty dark, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, like one of the things that draws me to certain musicians is like a level of honesty and like, I really appreciate that kind of finding that balance between like real emotion and real experiences lived, and then being able to twist that into like an artistic form that's like digestible for people like listening on the other side.
I think too there's a cultural background and influence there too. If you think about it, there's a lot of like lamenting in Irish songs and Irish folk music. In Britain, not so much. It's a little bit like, you know, I don't know what the right descriptive words are, but for a bit more plain, is that like, maybe that's a bad word to use, but if you might know what I mean by that.
Feels a little bit more like, a bit more, there's a bit more like death and blood and a bit less melancholy and reflection in like folk songs, maybe from my experience.
You can call him, folks, don't use my quote.
Yeah. Boom, I best pick up my guitar, hadn't I? It's my turn.
So what's this one about, Will?
This one, interesting question. It's another new song, and it's not one I've played much at all, but it's nice space to stretch it out.
Yeah. It's about 3 minutes.
About 3 minutes.
It's about 3 minutes. Just a terrible dad joke, but I'm a dad, so I can get away with that.
I don't know if I knew you were a dad. Congratulations for whenever that happened. Sorry for the delay.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
Yeah. 4 years ago. 4 years late. It's a song. This is called Mrs. It's got the catchiest title you'll ever come across. Mrs. Logan's Little Side Table is the title of this one. And the kind of inspiration. This table was a table that got passed on from. I do some like gardening work. Is the day job, and one of my friends, Digger Dan, he had a client called Paul, who Dan was going travelling away, and was passing his clients on to me, thankfully, because I needed the money at the time, and. But Paul had given Dan a side table that Paul had subsequently been given by, I think it was like an old neighbour of his called Mrs. Logan. And I can remember at the time Dan was going away, and he was getting rid of all his furniture and all his belongings. He was like paring right down. I can just remember him asking me, he just asked me the question if I wanted Mrs. Logan's little side table. To which I believe I said, don't throw that thing away. But I'm not entirely sure I ever got it, because I think he still got it. I think he might have stashed it at his parents or something like that. But that whole kind of premise of where I think Dan was in his life at that time, and the kind of migratory nature of this table led me to write this song, which is which is basically it's a song written about that threshold that you sometimes find yourself at in different times of life, where there's significant change going on, like maybe like you were touching on then before, Dylan, actually, about when you kind of, you change something in your life significantly, and that was a kind of a threshold moment, and you gave up drinking and smoking, and then you find yourself married, and on a kind of different plane, different direction, and I suppose I was just like musing on that kind of threshold moment of being between different times with this song. That was a long answer, so it was not. I think that was way over the 3-minute mark for the explanation, so apologies there, Karl.
Yeah, just play the song. Just play the song, Will.
Love, lead me home.
Thank you. Cheers, gents.
Yeah, again, yeah, played with great poise, and yeah, I mean, I think I remember watching you in Cottingham on the Springboard Festival so many years ago, and I think is it the King Billy, Will? The King Billy pub?
Quite possibly. That was one of the hearts of Ian's empire.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, and if Ian's watching, of course, hello,
Yeah.
a warm hello.
Actually, it's Ian that hooked probably me, you, and Jay up, and ultimately, like, if it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't be here. So yeah, big shout out to Ian.
Indeed. I concur. But yeah, I mean, you seem to have really matured as a songwriter, and it's I enjoyed watching you back then, but now I think you've really come on, and sort of humbled to be playing with both you gentlemen this evening. So
yeah,
likewise, gents.
Before you get cracking with your next song, Karl, I seem to remember, and it's like come up a couple of times with that last song that I wrote, because there's a line about like getting rid of all your furniture in it. I seem to remember you at one of your early songs. Did you have a song that talked about furniture? And
maybe.
Is that one gone? I seem to
I've got
remember
a few beds
like,
in songs.
We got a local.
Beds
We've got a local
feature.
legend back home in Dublin called Mattress Mick.
Go on, Mattress Mick.
Okay. But sometimes like the songs, sometimes I can't even remember having written them. Returning to them, it's like a different person wrote them. There may be some furniture stashed away back there.
Yeah, I think we're talking a long time ago. It was on one of your early releases before Bundle of Nerves. Actually, it was on one of your homemade ones, I think. But yeah, I guess that ship sailed. But yeah.
Okay.
I'll pass over to you.
I'll play one, I guess. I'll play one.
Nice.
So this one is it's called Real Champagne. It's another breakup song, I suppose, and it sort of uses the extended metaphor of a sparkling wine being beautiful and intoxicating, but yet not real champagne. Okay, so I'm going to play it. Cheers. Chin chin.
Nice one.
How the light it moves through you, you sparkle, you effervesce. You're easily startled, you're never at rest. You're one for the party, to get out, you're ready to go. You're heady, unsteady, you scatter and you glow. Such twisted vines bear such glitter and wine, but buried in the berries is the lightning of childhood skies. I laid you down for a while
I veered off the track there for a second, but I got back on it.
It's all part of it, isn't it?
Some ring rusty fluffs. Yeah, yeah, pretty fluffy over here in Krakow.
No, sounding lovely, Karl, and I'm actually really looking forward to listening back to all these songs that you guys have been playing. Without needing to tune up and things like that in between. So yeah, but what I've heard's been lovely and yeah, really nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you in person too, playing again. That'd be nice.
Yeah,
and the green note.
If somehow fate allows us all to be in Camden together, it'd be lovely to recreate it in the flesh, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and there's so many changes gone on other than all the obvious. I mean, now, there could be even visa issues with going to the UK, right? It's just endless for us, for everybody. But we're tuned into our own requirements, I guess.
Yeah. The visa ones for musicians is a big one. I think likewise, just getting out of the UK is going to be harder, Europe-wise and stuff.
There's even less. I find a lot less international bands over here under the Trump era.
Right.
So there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Well, Jay asked us all to play a song, and he picked a song of mine that's just really old. And I know we're introducing songs and we're talking about songs, but I don't know what the hell I was talking about in this song. I really don't. And it's a bit more of a strummy song, so I want to give a shout out to Ali there on sound too. Thanks, buddy. I've been making your work here because I use a stereo mic and small changes make big differences. So I'm going to strum this song, so I'm going to move that back for a second and hopefully that works out okay. But yeah, I want to thank Jay and the Round Table for having us here, Round Table Collective, and all the staff at Green Note and the guys who helped us sound check as well. I think there was 2 or 3 guys that, through the emails and sound checking and the green room. Thanks very much for all that. Yeah, this is called Your Belly Not Mine. I haven't really felt nervous on this live stream. I'm always awkward, but this song makes me a little nervous. Thanks, Jay. All right, here we go. Bit of bent backbone, crooked spine, no need to speak, I know you're lying. Don't you wanna know now, when you know you failed, you suit yourself, chase that tail, chase that tail. Curl up to sleep, but you can't unwind. Caught you trying to steal what's mine. It's not for me, no, not this time. Wanna know now, wanna know you failed, you suit yourself, chase that tail, chase that tail. There you go, Jay. Your belly, not mine. I felt like I was 15 again.
Rare blessing that Jay could bring to you there.
Yeah, Jay has always done really great and involved me in London. I'm forever grateful, buddy.
Oh, he's done a great job curating all three of you tonight. It's been just lovely. Thank you very much, guys. Beautiful show. Beautiful. Have you had a nice time?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been lovely.
I have very much. Thank you.
Lovely. Good. Viewers, I hope you've all enjoyed this episode too, and please do feel free to send the link on to friends or family, or to watch it again as much as you like, because the show stays online for everybody to watch for the next 7 days. I'm going to ask all the artists a wee bit about what they've been up to lately, but before I do that, I want to remind everybody watching that, as Imi and Risa mentioned earlier, these shows are not ticketed, they're donation based. So if you've been watching, we'd like to ask you to make a donation if you're able to via the PayPal link, which the girls have posted below and in the comments box too. We suggest an amount of £10, but whatever you are able to give will be really very much appreciated. Your donation will be divided 4 ways between the 3 artists that you've just watched and to the Green Note for the running costs of these live shows. Your support means a lot to everybody at the moment, as I'm sure you can imagine. So now we have come to the bit in the evening where the artists tell us all about what they've been up to lately. And I know that we're all peach keen to hear your news and find out where we can hear your music. So, Will, I know that you've been working on some solo songs as well as a collaboration with Robin from Copper Viper. Please tell us more about that.
Yeah, the solo stuff. I've got a few songs playing in the like rolling around the bag at the moment, and I'm just looking forward to like lockdown easing, so I can get into a studio and start making some progress with those. I kind of feel a bit pregnant with ideas and songs that I want to start like fleshing out a little bit more, and exploring things a little bit more. Like I've often played with the band Crooked Weather, and I'm interested in exploring more solo work as well. I'm looking forward to getting in the studio, like I said. But the other thing you mentioned was collaboration with the Copper Viper front chap, Robin, who's a great character, a friend of Jay's who orchestrated this evening, and me and him had a bit of talk early lockdown last year actually, and just thought about maybe trying some kind of vocal harmony work, bring some songs to the table, and I drafted in my brother-in-law Tim as well, who's just a natural singer really, and together we're having some fun, and we're bashing some songs around, and there's the best part of an album's worth of material there, so when things open up a little bit, we're looking forward to getting some of that down.
Lovely. Well, we'll look forward to that very much. And Karl, I know that you are working on a new album. Tell us all about that.
So I'm recording here in Krakow, or at least the vocals and guitar, and I have a guy in York, a guy called Daniel Webster, who produced my second album, The Owl, so beautifully. So I'm really happy to be working with him again. So hopefully we'll get this album out before the year is out. This is the aim anyway.
Fantastic. Well, that'd be very exciting. And Dylan, I hear that you have got a tour planned, which is starting in May in real live venues. It's deeply exciting. Tell us more about that.
Are you trying to seduce me? Yes. Things have, like I said earlier on, things have been opening up, and there's been some regional activity, but people are starting to take bookings and starting to tour over here from the beginning of summer, but it will be socially distanced stuff, and it's not going to be full bands and with first pits and stuff. As a solo singer-songwriter, I can do a dinner show in a big room to people who are well separated. So we're looking at starting in Chicago in the mid-May.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love Chicago.
Try and do some kind of and try to do some kind of loop from Nashville to Chicago and around back, just to get things kicked off.
Yeah, brilliant.
Have you been to Chicago then?
I have, yeah, just for a few days, and it was cool. I remember commenting to somebody that it looked very Gotham City out there, and somebody said, "Oh yeah, actually, Batman is actually filmed there." I was like, "Aha, that'll be why then." Yeah. So it was cool, and I went up to that. Is it the skyline or not skyline? That really tall thing, and you walk out onto this kind of glass ledge. And you're hundreds of feet above all of the skyscrapers and everything. It's terrifying because I've got a fear of heights, but I did it. Have you been up there?
It's a special place indeed.
Yeah. Well, I highly recommend going to that place. If I can remember it, I'll ping you a link for it. You should go. It's cool.
All right.
Yeah. So that all sounds really exciting, guys. That's and thank you all for joining us tonight. We are going to say goodbye for the last time to the wonderful Will Bladen.
Hey, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Our pleasure, Will. And goodbye, and thank you very much to the captivating Karl Culley.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you to the Green Note, and also Jay, and to my sound engineer here in Krakow, Maciej. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
and to everybody watching.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Karl. Lovely stuff. And goodbye, and thank you very much to the divine DYLAN Walshe.
I like that. Yeah, thanks so much, everybody. Yeah, thanks so much, everybody involved, and everybody who's going to give their time to this thing. And happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody.
Hooray! Amen to that. Have a lovely time tonight. Bye. And thank you very much to the joyous Jay Fraser of the Round Table Collective for curating this brilliant evening. And thank you all very much for joining us tonight. And a great big thank you to Imi and Risa as ever, and to Ali for working his tech magic behind the scenes on the sound and cameras. We are here every Wednesday and Friday with the brilliant new lineups for every show. Thanks for tuning in tonight, you wonderful people. Good night to you all, and we'll see you back here very soon.